just a meet and ask. Meet the speakers of each profession or niche. You ask questions based on the speaker's niche or profession. You don't ask outside the speaker's profession or what he's handling. And for me, I'll be handling the virtual design aspects, anything, motion graphics, graphic design, and all of that. I'll be handling that. So you don't ask me something of video editing or AI or cybersecurity or coding. Each speaker has where he's performing. So you ask questions based on where they're performing. Thank you. I'm your host for this program, Joshua Abam. I'm a creative designer, virtual designer, and so on. And I'll be hosting these events as we move on. We have Jeremiah Longs. Jeremiah Longs is a tech professional. He's a videographer and live producer, specializing in video production, live production, and streaming, and so on and so forth. He will introduce himself when he comes up. He will be handling the videography and live production aspects. Next speaker here is Ebenezer Silas. Please mute your mic. Akinola Abigail, please mute your mic. Thank you. Our next speaker is Ebenezer Silas. Is a programmer and web developer. He will be handling the programming and coding aspects. He will introduce himself more when it comes up. The last speaker, we know the list is Uche Umoke. Most of you might know him, AI specialist and cyber security specialist. He'll be handling the AI aspect and cyber security. So if you have any question, and if you are current with tech technology, you see that AI is taking almost every aspect of tech. So he's there for you. Just bombarding with questions regarding AI, cyber security, whatever you want to know about AI, how to create Pastor Poreka videos, how to these videos, how to create somebody moving from his house to the office using AI. He's there to answer you. Anything at all about AI, Uche Umoke is there for you. If you have anything about coding, programming, how to code, which programming language to use, Ebenezer Silas will be handling that. If you want to know about video editing, how to edit short videos, reels, vlogs, cinematic videos, how to live stream programs, how to cut and join, softwares to use to edit program, background music to use for editing of videos, Jeremiah Longs is there to handle that. Then if you want to know anything about graphic design and so on and so forth, multimedia aspects, I'm there to handle that aspect. So hope we are good to go. And also we are streaming on YouTube in case you're having issues with the Google Meet. You can also join us via YouTube. The link is on the group. You can join us on YouTube and also the on WhatsApp. We're having I think voice call on WhatsApp, so you can use any of these means to join us. Once again, you are welcome to this Meet and Ask Media and Technology section. We officially start now. Well, let me start with God first. We are officially opening this program in the name of God the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Please, can I hear your amen? Can I hear your amen? Let me know I'm not alone.
Amen.
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 Good.
Amen.
Amen.
Now I can ride on. I know I'm not alone. Okay. As people are still joining, so I don't know. Should we start now or we should wait for others to join? I don't want everybody to miss out. Let me hear from you. Should we
Yes, you can
continue?
go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
All right, no problem. Okay, let's go. Now, graphic design. Graphic design. Graphic design. I'm coming. Okay, okay. So, like I said, my name is Joshua Bam, graphic designer and multimedia specialist. I'm passionate about graphics, design, visual communication, and how design help brand businesses and individuals communicate their ideas clearly and effectively. Now, graphic design is more than just making things look good. Graphic design is more than that. More than just it's about visuals, typography, colors, and layouts to communicate messages in a way that captures the attention of your either your clients, your audience, and also connect with people. People should be able to feel your design. That is all what graphic design entails. That is what graphic design is all about. It's not just make it like in our industry, you make it pop. It's not about making it pop. It's about interacting. It's about able to communicate. It's about passing the message clearly. That is what graphic design is all about. So today, we'll be briefly sharing some insight about graphic design, how it works, and how anyone interested can begin their journey in graphic design, visual design, motion graphics, and so on and so forth. And mind you, note this section is just a meet and ask. So we are not doing practicals or hands-on training on this section. So take note. You ask me questions about graphic design, how to do this, how to do this, how to achieve this, and I'll answer. God helping me, I'll be able to attend to everyone as we move on. So let's go. If you have any question about graphic design, please indicate, and I will pick randomly. We have already started like this, so just meet me. You know me. I've already known me. I've already known my niche. So just please ask me question about graphic design and so on. So anyone has any question, please indicate by lift of hand. Wow, it's like everybody here is a designer. Wonderful. Ah,
Okay. Hello. Can you hear me?
please, and the rules we stated in the group that if you want to ask a question, if you have any question or contribution, just indicate with the lift of hand icon so that we'll know. If everybody on mute and start speaking, the meeting will be ordered. Please just indicate. Just go to these three dots. If you're using a phone or a laptop, you see these three dots. You see where you have more icon, or the icon is just there. Raise up hand icon. Okay, Hakmuna Peter, can we hear you? Hakmuna
All right.
Peter,
Yeah, good evening.
thank you.
Hakuni on the line. So, concerning graphic design, I wanted to ask what softwares you would recommend for, I don't know, professional graphic designs. Like, I suppose if that's the thing, I don't know if you can recommend applications. Thank you.
Okay, that's a good question. So I think now softwares depends on what you are doing, but professionally, softwares for the international standard software for graphic design is Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator. So these two softwares are international recognized softwares for graphic design. So if you have mastery over these softwares, you can work anywhere in the world. So, but now calm down because not everybody who is professional in Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator because these are like technical softwares. Now you can use Canva for design. You can use please mute your mic. As do, please mute your mic. Neji, Azodo, please. Are you with me? Hang on.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
So using Adobe Photoshop, like me, I use Adobe Photoshop. I use CorelDRAW. I use Canva. I use PixelLab. It depends on what designing and where I find myself at the moment. I might not be on my PC at the moment, so I just open my phone and I use Canva and use PixelLab for designing. So, but internationally recognized software, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator for graphic design. But however, depends on the sector you are working. If you are doing an e-flyer, that is, let's say, flyer for social media, you work more with Adobe Photoshop. But if you are working in the printing sector, that is like a printing press and a branding, yeah, it is part of branding also. You always use CorelDRAW because the machines, the printing wall, recognize CMYK, that is cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. They then recognize RGB with Photoshop. So Photoshop is a raster-based software. Photoshop is a raster-based software which deals only on RGB colors, that is screen colors. But CorelDRAW is a vector-based software. So that is why you see, if time will permit me, if I should open a picture on Photoshop, if I zoom into that picture, you see that the picture begins to pixelate. It begins to, the quality begins to drop, begins to lose quality. You begin to see that begins to pixelate, rasterize. You see it, quality begins to drop. But if I open that same picture on CorelDRAW, you see that it still maintains the quality as it was. Nothing changed. So that is the difference. CorelDRAW is a vector-based software, which means you can use it for logos, you can use it to design logos, you can use it for branding, you can use it to glory.
Yes, sir. But I have another question, sir.
Okay, go on.
All right, this is my last question. So, as a graphic designer, I know some do use phone to design, and why some people said those graphic designers that use phone to design, they are not professionals. That is only a laptop. Those ones that use system to design that are professionals. So I don't really know how true is that.
Now let's say I use phone to design and I also use laptop to design. Now I'm designing, I want to design something, and at the moment there's no lights. My laptop is down, my battery is down, and what I have with me is my phone. And I will still design with my phone, and it will still come out as though I use a PC or a laptop. So now the only issue with those using smartphone, as they call it, you say Android now, they go they go first for you if you say Android. Those using smartphone, the only issue you have with them, like now, for instance, if I'm working on if I use PixelLab to design something now, let's say and they bring light back, and maybe there is light, and now the problem there is I can't transfer that work, the raw file, the original file to the system. I must finish it on the phone. That's the disadvantage. You get. Now, if you can't transfer it now, let's say you are working on with a big brand. Let's say with all these big companies, big brands, and now and some of these brands they will always request for the soft copy. Most of them, once it's like maybe they give you a contract, and the agreement of the contract is after the project, after everything is done, you have to give them a soft copy. They want a copy of the soft copy. You get. Now, how do you send them the soft copy? You can't send them PixelLab. You can't say I'm using PixelLab. You don't lose contract. And most of these big time companies, what they do, they ask you the software you use, because they want to know that anytime they call upon you that we need our soft copy, you should be able to give them. So I won't say those using smartphone are not designers, are not professional. It depends on what you are good at. Most of them use smartphone and they come out to breathtaking designs. They come out to good designs, beautiful designs. And you are using laptop, you come out with beautiful design. So, but I just point out the disadvantage of those using smartphone. They have a limitation. So those using PC or laptop, they have edge over them, because I can transfer my PSD file, I can transfer my Adobe Illustrator file, I can transfer my CorelDRAW soft copy to anybody or the client or the the owner of the job if you request for it. That is one of the major thing you need to know. So, but if you want to go, higher, if you want to go higher in graphic design, if you want to go further, you want to advance, you want to be somebody that others will look onto, then I'm not sure you should go with a smartphone. I would recommend you go with a laptop, a PC. You should build yourself to always design with. Like now, I can design with a smartphone, but if you give me a design into design, smartphone is my list. The list of the is it the last of the list or the list of the last? I don't even know. It's like it's not even my part of my options. Smartphone, I'm telling you, because I'm growing used to the PC and my mouse. So using my fingers or my hands to design is stressful. A designer can use my PC to design maybe 2 hours. If I'm using my phone, maybe 7 to 8 hours. So that is the only problem there. But if you are good with your smartphone, use it. But you still have limitations, and I've pointed out the limitations. Thank you. Have I answered
Right.
your question?
Yes, sir. Sir.
You're welcome. Okay. Moving on to the next person who has a question to ask regarding graphic design and motion design and so on and so forth. We are waiting. Please, if you have a question, unmute and speak.
Okay. Sorry, let me just ask this. As a graphic designer, I just want to know what has been your biggest scale of work. I mean, how do you rate the largest, or I don't know how it does that make sense actually, but like what is your most heavily taxed job you've been given as a graphic designer?
Okay. Now I would say my biggest scale of work is working on let's say logo design. Logo design. As simple as it is and simple as you hear the name logo design. It's not as easy as it seems so, because now if I'm working on a logo design, let's say that logo cut across is not only maybe for one Mama Nkechi that is in the hood. I just want to open a POS section or something. No. Biggest scale of work is handling logo design, branding. Let me just say branding, because as you design logo, you brand. Because one, it involves you. You have to think. Let's say I want to design a logo for a should I say for a sport. Let me say maybe for one of these sports. Let me say for a football club. Football club now is asking me to design a logo for them. Now, my thought process for maybe for a random designer or regular is that it will be football. Let me just look for maybe a symbol, an icon, or a sketch of somebody holding a football, a icon of a football, or a leg, or just people will be thinking. But no, if you go online now, you search. Let me say, you go online and search foot football logos. What you see majorly is a logo of football inside a cube, or what you see is a logo of football inside an oval or a square. But you must see something inside. You know that this is a football brand. But now, me as a creative, the way I position myself, because I deal on minimal design. I don't do all those fancy design. You add lens flare, add all these this thing everywhere is shining. Deal on minimal designs and classic designs. So what I do, I will think of, okay, what is the aim of these people? What are you trying to achieve? Most times it's like an interaction with me and my client. Okay, what are you trying to achieve with this club? How are you positioning your club? Is it for an international club? Is it for a local? Is it like, or just ask all those questions, because if you understand their aim, their goal, the vision of this thing, you'll be able, my brother, you'll be able to design well. And now what I'll do, I'll go online and will look
Mm.
for samples of logos designed pertaining football, pertaining sport, table tennis, volleyball, and that's how I'll be getting my concept. So you see this thought, and now sometimes gathering all this information is not something you say it's one day. That is why if you give me a logo to design for you now, or branding, to do a brand identity for you, to brand for you, I'll not tell you you get it in one week. No. The minimum that I'll tell you is 3 weeks or 1 month, because I'm also occupied with that. So I'll also tell you, no, I can't do it in 1 week or 2 weeks. I'll give you my time, minimum maybe 3 weeks or 1 month. This will give me time to work on, to look for different concepts of football. I'll not just give you something you just see a man kicking a ball, a player and doing backflip or 360 with a football on his head or hand. No, I
Mm.
must look for something that you've not seen before. Simply, I'll just look for something you've not seen before and present to you. I'm telling you, you will love it, because you see
Mm.
the creativity behind it. And I always give my clients 2 to 3 samples and concepts for them to choose. So by the time they make their choice, I go with the rest. So it's not my biggest scale of work is not flyer design, birthday flyer, social media flyers. Those ones I can easily because I've been doing them over the years, so I can easily come up. But you see, logo design and branding. It's not so, and because of the way we waste and the way we waste time looking for creating it, that's why we charge. We charge
Mm.
them high. We build them well, because your time also is money.
True.
I will not charge you. I will not charge you the same price I've charged for a flyer design, a belly flyer design, a normal banner design, this a normal flyer. I will not charge you that same for logo. I will charge times 10 of what I'm charging you for a flyer design, for a logo
Mm.
design. So that is that. Thank you, sir.
Yes, noted. Thank you too.
Please, sorry, I don't know this church behind me. I don't know. Since all these days they didn't do program, but just today like this, as I'm starting, they start with this kabash. Please bear with me, I beg. I don't lock door, lock window, heat won't kill me for house. But these people, they have voice to the entire. I don't know what to do. Okay, oh, please, if you have any other question on mute, people will move to the next speaker, next section. Wow. I told you from the beginning that we have graphic design. Now graphic designers plenty for this place. So I think when we go to the next section, they'll have enough questions to ask, because I feel like this graphic design, many people don't dey enter this graphic design. Many people, smartphone designers choke everywhere. All
Sorry,
it can do.
sorry. One more question. Yeah. What is like your inspiration? Like, say a client comes around. Of course, you can. There's always the knowing what the client wants, like his ideas or what he wants uh for a design. Yeah. But how do you get inspirations? Like now, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like somebody say, okay,
I
I want to
understand.
design. Hmm. So please.
Okay. I can sense you just want to know all my secrets, but no problem.
Not at all.
You want to know, you want to know, you want to know. I'm coming. So let me um, do something like this. Now, let's say my thought process, my creative process, and all of that. Let's say somebody comes to me and say, I want to design. Okay, now you give me something. Just give me a random something, like maybe a flyer or something. To
Okay, I came to you and I said, Senior man, I'm a guitarist and I mean I'm a musician rather, and I'm also say an engineer. Can you design a logo that can blend these two, you understand, these two aspects of my life? Something like that. Thank you very much.
You're done. Sanu, you be engineer, you dey play guitar. Sanu, Oga, Azam now. I God.
Just, just reason out that way.
How am I supposed to? I God, designers dey see you. God. These are two like south, north and south. Like you know even jam. You're a musician and engineer. Look for another one. I bet. Leave that. We'll use that one for another day. How now? This you still have other speakers. So I don't want to exceed my time. I'm supposed to use 30 minutes,
Okay,
but now I
okay,
don't.
okay.
Look for something
Simple, simple.
for just the main time.
Okay, simple. Okay, I want to make a musical flyer. I want to give lessons.
Okay, musical flyer.
Musical. Mm-hmm.
Now you meet me and I want to make I want to design a musical flyer. Okay, I will now ask you this. And why your target audience?
Okay. And I'll tell you they are of different age groups, uh, adults from obviously 18 to and above, and then of course children, say from uh 7 to, let's just say 18 too. Now let's just put it that way.
Okay. Now now ask, do you have any ideas in mind? Do you have any maybe let's say any sample or ideas of what you want?
Okay, and I'll now tell you that yeah, well, you should have a guitar because like that's my bass instrument, I suppose. Or Abby?
No, yeah. You see now, this is where most of this you see now you answer that you yourself you don't have a particular, you just know that you play guitar, and this is
Mm,
where the problem begins because now me as a designer, I'm not in your mind. Although I try to read your mind through what you present to me. So now I'm not trying to read your mind. I'm not trying to know what's your main goal, what you want to achieve. Yeah? And now you are telling me you have you play guitar. That is just the primary thing. Now, if I go by this your word, I will now I will now begin to design flyers of
mm,
guitar. I will now put guitar, the main a guitar will full, let's say maybe a 50%
mm,
of the background or the foreground
mhm,
could be a picture of someone playing the guitar or just a sample of guitar. I will now highlight other options you do, your CTA, your logo, your features, and so on and so on. That is that. Do you get?
mm.
But
Yeah, I
I would
get you.
now
I
want
get
to
you.
know now. Now, okay, I'm trying to make it so that you understand.
So sorry. So
Let's
basically,
say
what I'm trying to say is the inspiration usually comes from what the client wants now. That's just what
it's
it
it's
is. It's
it's not no, it's not always like that. So it depends. It's not always like, there's some clients that will come like this and tell you, I want to design a e flyer for my guitar class. I know
okay.
okay, what do you have in mind? Say, I don't have anything. Just I'll go
Mm,
with your choice. I'll just anything you give me, I'll go with it. And my brother, I'm
okay.
telling you, at the end of the day, you design something with your whole life and strength
Mm,
and energy. That client will tell you, no, I don't like it. They'll now begin to get inspiration from you now. That's okay.
mm,
Do
mm,
you like so you see the whole process. And that is and those type of clients, I'm telling you, they know the pay well.
mm. I
Those type
get
of
you,
clients
sir.
will stay for life. So now That is why we used to engage them more. We engage them to the point that you and them themselves they'll know that this thing is coming from me. It's not only the design. So what I do is like what I do. I'm just like I'll enhance. I'll bring out what you have in mind through a visual, through my designs. So if you have, let's say, with everything you've told me now, eh? Sorry, can you hear me?
Clearly.
Okay, sorry. I think someone interrupted my message. So I'm saying if you want to able to achieve that, you just have to think outside the box. I'll just come with two different samples of script, depending on how we end the conversation. Okay, I'll do this, I'll do that for you, I'll advise you. So the concept usually comes sometimes comes from the clients. Some clients already they already know what they want. You get they already know this is what I want. Just give me like that. I have somebody like that that is even up to starting this meeting was on me that I don't like this thing. Give me this is what I want. He's here, he's hearing me. He was telling me this is what I want. I don't like that what you gave me. This is what I want. So there are some people that are like that. They go with what they want, no matter what you give them. That one no follow. You know, concern your creativity. Just give them what they want. But there are some that will trust your judgment. Say you just give me what I want. I'm just like the kind of client that we like working with designers. I'm not saying those ones that stress you are not you can work with them, but it's just good to work with a client that understands you from your own point of view, that understands your what you are going through as a designer.
Thank you very much. I
So
think I get you.
so let me just give you the secret. Most of my ultimate secret now I'm giving you, and every other person listening to the sound of my voice, I hereby declare that my ultimate secret is God. God. So if you give me a design now and say, Joshua, do this for me, I will not say, no laugh, I'm telling you, I will not say, God, Baba God, my head, be blank. This is what I want. This is what the client want. This is what me. So fill my head with knowledge. I need this, I need that. And you see that once I hold my mouse, oh yo, I don't go. And God is the ultimate source of inspiration. To crown it up, God is the ultimate source of inspiration. So that is just what I would tell you. So rely on God and also rely on your creativity. Thank you very much. Hope with the following points of mine, I'll be able to convince you. Peter.
Of course, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. We are running out of time. One more this class. Restoration. Yeah, next. Please make it snappy because we still have and we still have Lucky. Please,
okay, sir. I remember you said that you are also.
I may not pronounce your surname well, so I will just look for the second or last name that is simple to pronounce. I beg. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Please remember you say that you are also a motion graphic designer, and you are yet to say anything concerning motion graphics.
That is because nobody has asked me any question about motion graphics. You know, when I say it's a meet and ask section, you ask me something pertaining motion and that is static or still graphics, and I'll answer. But the questions that have been coming my way are all on those design, not motion. So I can't answer you something on motion when you ask me something about graphics. Thank you. Hello. Restoration. Is it clear?
Okay, sir. Sir, I have questions on motion graphics. So.
Ask. Right. Ask away.
Okay. Sir, please. After Effects, since it's a paid software, are there alternative softwares to use? For free. Since a mobile phone, there's something like Alight Motion. So in a laptop or a PC, are there free softwares to use for motion graphics? Just like there's free Alight Motion on mobile phone.
If you ask these intent creative groups and
You can see it.
Okay.
All right, great.
I'm not able
So I'll
to.
be talking introduction to live broadcasts and importance of media and technology, and as well as career opportunities. I don't think I may exit all of these, exhaust all of this because of time. But let's see how God will take us, and then we'll go into session of question. So video editing, we all know we've been hearing of the word video editing. Um, Almost, I believe every one of us here is at least have a bit of knowledge in tech, and you have been hearing the word video editing, right? So video editing, yeah. So video editing is the process of selecting, arranging, and improving footage to create a complete story. Yeah. So is somebody else presenting? Because I think I'm seeing another screen.
I don't think anybody's presenting. Maybe
Okay,
just
okay,
pinning.
okay. So video editing is the process of arranging and modifying video clips to create a complete and engaging story. So it's not just about carrying your camera. We all know what a camera device is. It's a digital device that is used to capture visual and motion images. Please let's try to mute our mic so that we can have a serene environment. Let's try to mute our mic. All right. Now, it's the process of arranging and modifying video clips, right? So as you carry your device, your camera device, it's of advantage of the to us that this in our era we now have smartphone device that we can use as camera device to capture images, to capture moments, right? So, but then the real thing is it just about capturing moments? Is it just about snapping? Is it just about recording footages? No, it goes way more than that. So it's creating a complete and engaging story. The story, the visual you are creating needs to have like a meaningful information. Because you are using the visuals to send forth information to a targeted audience, those whom you want to watch your video. So, and if somebody is watching your video, the person from start to finish of the video needs to know what the video is all about. You understand? And then when we talk about engaging, we are talking about the ability of somebody to watch your video, if possible, to the end of it without getting bored, without getting tired, or without losing the meaning of the video. So these are things that are key things to consider while creating or making your video production. Now, video editing. Next, video editing. Now, I'm talking about video editing because we have two types of video production. We have what we call the post production, and we have what we call the live production. Live production is which I will come to that later, is the ability to produce your video live and your viewers or your audience being able to watch an event, live. It's more like calling it live video editing, right? So that is different from what we call post production. Post production is you going to capture footages with the camera according to how you want it to look like. So note the difference. One is a live production, the other is a post production. Do you understand? So we'll get to that in a bit. Now, cutting and trimming clips, because you shoot a 1 hour video, definitely does not mean you must use that 1 hour video, right? And because there are times that I've gone out to the field to shoot a particular video, I've shoot multiple clips, and then at the end of the day, I come out to use only maybe just 3 or 4. Sometimes you take multiple shoots to get the best. Do you understand? So it's about cutting and trimming. It's a strategy. You understand? It involves a lot of strategy, involves a lot of wisdom, because you are trying to pass an information to your targeted audience, right? So adding transitions, transition is the effects that come between moving a part from one particular scene to the camera, the first camera, or let me say the alpha camera, which is called the camera 1, is on the pastor, and again the second camera, which is more like the B-roll camera, is on the congregation. Now that switch from the pastor's video to that of the congregation is what we call transition. So, and that transition, we have a lot of different types of transition that you can add. So, I don't want to dwell much on this because of time. Now, we have color correction. Sometimes the way your involves you, correcting a lot of errors as regards to colors, as your video, in order to present it and make it appealing to the eyes of your viewers. Now, we also have audio balancing, we also have graphics and titles, we also have visual effects, right? So I'm going to move. I don't want to dwell too much on this. So now, these are things we call like tools, popular and industry standard tool. We also have Final Cut Pro. We have the software that enable you to trim and do whatever you want to do to arrange your clips in order to make it come out as a meaningful video, right? So we have many of them which are free version. I think CapCut also have free versions, but it's also like they have the pro features that you can actually, you have to pay for it. So you have to actually pay for it in order to use it. So, but aside that, DaVinci Resolve can give you what, if you know how to use it very well, can still give you. Premiere Pro allows me to bring out like an ideology I have, or let me say a particular idea I have, to bring it to life. So Premiere Pro gives me the advanced features to use. Now, CapCut is also there for us to also use for smartphone editing and all of that. Now, let's move on. Now, live broadcasting is the real-time transmission, like I explained earlier. Live transmission is the real-time transmission of video and audio to a lot of the events, church services, webinars, and online seminars. We also have social media live streams. So all of us know, been privileged to see firsthand setup of these TV stations. So sports events, people, what do you call it? The camera inputs that come from different angles, and then you wonder how these people get the moments in real time. So it's a lot of work that goes into live production. So church services, of course, many of us watch Bible studies and all of international, conferences and all of that, webinars online, and social media live streams. So these are all types of live broadcasts. Yes, let's move on. The tools that are used in that are used. I won't go into much detail because of time. So a basic knowledge of audience engagement, support branding and marketing, audience engagement of that. I hope we are getting along. I hope I'm not lost, or we are not lost. All
We are
right.
with you, sir. We are with you, sir.
Okay, great. So now it supports branding and marketing. I will leave that for next time. For a lot of TV stations, help them to set up their TV station. You can also work as a motion graphics designer and as well as a media producer, right? So with your knowledge of video editing and live production, you can become a media producer that can work in both high demand in digital media. So a lot of people are going digital. In fact, most now you can where they watch content online. So there's a high demand. A lot of people want to create content. Oh, I want to create content, share their content. You can have freelance opportunity. Confused but convinced. So I think I'm going to go into questions, platform, right? Now, the WhatsApp naturally, or let me say how it was built in a way to actually reduce the amount of data you spend using the software, or let me say the app. So because of that, the in fact that's one of the reasons why sometimes if I'm a work, I don't like using WhatsApp because WhatsApp really drops the quality. So because of that data saver feature they have, they don't actually give you the full quality of the video. So that's because okay, you're sending a video of, let's say, 100 MB or 200 MB. So if you're sending a video of 200 MB to a particular group or to somebody, WhatsApp will want the video to, well, by the time the video drops to the person, like if you're sending the video normally to the person, by the time it drops to the person, WhatsApp wants it so that the person will not have to spend his data, that same 100 or 200 MB downloading the video. You understand? So, because and the thing is, a lot of people turn that feature. There's a feature on WhatsApp actually for data saver. So once that feature is, I think it's even automatically turned on almost everybody's WhatsApp account. So once that feature is turned on, anybody sending a video to you, WhatsApp will compress the video, make sure it sucks everything inside, reduces the bit rate for you and everything. So that once it's reaching that person at the end of the day, it may turn to either 10 MB, 15 MB, or at most 20 MB. So that's what happens. That's why your video is reduced. Just like what the other question was answering, that bit rate actually controls the amount of one, the quality of your video, two, video when you are now saving it as a video file or exporting it as a video file. So that's the problem with WhatsApp. So if you want to do that, well, for WhatsApp status, I would say if you're actually doing, if you a video that you made yourself and you want to send it, make sure that as you're exporting it, you should maintain a bitrate level of maybe 6 Mbps, 7 Mbps, or 8 Mbps. So that by the time WhatsApp notices that you are using your cellular data, like your internet on your phone, that one too also contributes to dropping the quality of your video as well. So those are the things that happen there. I don't know if you understand. Hello? Okay. All right. Agnes, have I answered your first question?
Yeah,
You've answered the first one.
you've asked.
The second one, which is background noise. How to
Okay.
get rid of unwanted noise in the background.
Have I answered your
Yes, you've
there are even AI tools, but so you can do that using the same editing software. I think for me personally, app called vocal what do you call it? Vocal is this, yes, vocal remover, something like that, sound remover. So it allows you to filter every other noise that's on your video, and make sure that it's only the vocal voice that is that is left or that is remained in that video. Do you understand? So the, even in VN also has what noise reduction. Once you just go, you turn on the feature. Now there's a level to it. If you do it too much, it also start affecting your original audio. You understand? So it's always best to get it perfect from the beginning of your record. You get avoid noisy environment in as much as possible. Use a very good microphone that by the time you are we call a noise remover, because they make sure, because anything you do in post
Days takes you hours. I'm going to share my my screen with you. It's just a three slide, and based on statistics, and we're going to talk about it. All right, just let me know when you can see my screen.
We can see your screen. We can see your screen.
Right. So let me start with the AI, right? So AI is redefining productivity across video design, product development, and everything you could think of, talking about writing and whatever, right? As someone asks if AI is going to replace video editors, we're going to know at the end of this talk. So video editing tools like Runway, Gen 2, and Adobe Firefly cut production time by 30%. Pay attention to the cut production time. It's not like you won't do some things, you will do something, but it cuts production time by 30%. Talk about design power like Canva, Midjourney, drive a $4.3 billion global automation market. That's a huge amount of money. They'll have rapid prototyping. GitHub Copilot reduce time to MVP for 12 weeks to 4 weeks. It's about developers, right? Something that takes about 12 weeks to be built, we could build it in under 1 week, depending on how focused or locked in you are, right? And then the cyber threats landscape, we'll talk about for 2025, 2024, 2025. And how this has shaped. So AI-powered attacks are escalating, making cybersecurity more critical than ever. We have the polymorphic threats. Some of us are aware of the lock-based 3.0 that uses AI-generated code to invade 90% of traditional security. We have the deep fake phishing. Most of these things you've seen online where people computer theft, which is very, very, very common now. Credential, who you are, what you know, and what you yes, who you are and what you know, to actually stem from compromised credentials or social engineering. I'm not going to be talking about so much about social engineering or compromised credentials. I don't have the time on my side. I'm going to talk about or look around some common things we see every day in our cyberspace. One, have how to actually
I think he's having some network challenges. Let's hope he comes back soon. Let's hope he comes back soon. Let's wait for him. I believe he's fixing that.
Yes. Who's there? Huh? I say not call again.
Pastor, please mute your mic. All right, Sarati. Thank you.
I'm sorry about that. I wanted to suggest probably can't you bring in the last speaker, and then when he comes up, he can now take the turn of the last speaker.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. Thank you for that suggestion.
So I hope everybody can hear me.
Very well.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Very well.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so programming is a very broad concept. I'm sure everybody's familiar with the word. Programming, and also coding. But briefly, I will just say coding. What it is from here. Programming is giving instruction to the computer for it to perform a task for you. So it's basically just giving an instruction to the computer to perform a task for you. That is what programming is. So I tell the computer, do this for me, do this for me. Let's assume we have a robot. The robot can do nothing by itself, but except it's giving command or it's giving an instruction to do whatever you want it to do. So that is exactly what programming is. Now, what is coding? Remember, I'm talking about coding and programming. Now, coding, on the other hand, is the act of writing that instruction to the computer in a language that the computer understands. That is coding. This robot to do this or to do that. Now, the process of writing it in the way the computer understands, or in the language the computer understands, is called coding. So that's what we need to understand about programming and coding. Now, some people tend to misunderstand the two and take them interchangeably. But you remember our robots, the robot analogy I gave. I said the robots cannot do instructions for the robots to talk. And those instructions must be in a language. If you don't use the language that the robots understand, the robots will not be able to. We have different programming languages. We have Java, we have HTML, we have different programming language which we can use to code. Now, in this case, I'm going to divide into two. We have the front-end programming languages and the back-end programming languages. Now, I'm just hitting on the surface so that in case you want to venture into programming, or you want to do anything, website creation around on the internet. If I say I want to be today, you will see that there are very plenty videos to go and watch. And so I'm here right now to bring a basis, or to allow to be changed to zeros and one. Primary, secondary schools. The computer understands zeros and one. So if you want, the computer understands zeros and one. So if you want, some people have come together and built a language before you enter into a Zoom app. He said it is being recorded.
Different company data or pipes. You try to check when you're trying to do fraud with it, but those things can be bypassed actually. So it doesn't replace the cyberspace. That's one thing about Yeah, it's not going to, because security, talking about security, it's one core thing that humans intellectual has to work in. Humans, though it might do some 70%, but now human beings have to play a bigger part in. So that's a brief, I don't have time, so that's a brief talk on it. So if there's any question on your social media, your Facebook, your WhatsApp, your social media platforms, and AI talk in general, video or stuff, or photo, whatever it may be. Please just use the handling. Hope you can still hear me. Hope you can still hear me.
Yeah, we can see it.
Hello,
Oh,
sir.
I got
Very
okay.
much, Uche. Yeah, your line
Yeah.
keeps breaking, which is really, really sad for us because your part is actually quite interesting. Sad for us because your part is actually quite interesting. You mentioned something. Thank you for the lectures. So you mentioned something about AI not being able to take the role of cybersecurity to an extent because you
Yeah.
still need human intelligence. But recently, I've been following some uh, some at AI applications. Let me use that word. And there's this new
Yeah.
feature where a group of uh, artificial intelligence, not one, not two, let's say ChatGPT, Grok.
Before a news icon be launched, there are searches in it. Those messages could be hacked. Your defense system could be hacked.
All right. Thank you very much.
Make something that's unreal to feel real. That's kind of, and it looks like it's kind of basically on a lie. So I just wanted to confirm because
For instance, if people know that this is AI, if you are doing it because you want to deceive people, then there's a
like AI lessons because there was a particular platform approximately 50 something thousand just for like 3 weeks thereabouts. So I just gave up the idea. So I wanted to know if you kind of offer lectures on AI.